Russian occupants are preparing new lists of Ukrainian children to be deported from the occupied territories of Ukraine, the Center for National Resistance has said. The process is supervised by the Russian Presidential Commissioner for Children's Rights, Lvova-Belova, who is suspected by the International Criminal Court of organizing a mass kidnapping of children. Human rights activists and Kyiv officials emphasize only international pressure on Moscow can help return all the little Ukrainians abducted by the Russian Federation. Thanks to the work of diplomats, many states support Ukraine in this process. For example, the Belgian parliament adopted a resolution condemning Russia's illegal deportation of Ukrainian children.
Our inter-parliamentary group is working, and I believe that my role is to bring the children, these particular abducted children, back home. Since the beginning of the Russian invasion, we have been thinking that no one can be silent, no one should be silent. Everyone in Europe, in the world, must support you. If there are any good hearts in this world, and there are many, we must do everything in our power to bring these children home. And when we bring them back, we must give them peace, prosperity, security. We must give them a world without war, a world without Putin.
To make the return of Ukrainian children systematic, a single legal mechanism is needed. It is being developed in the European Union. The Bureau of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe has approved the composition of a special committee. Its first meeting will be held on December 15, 2023 in Paris.
It now looks like the committee will be fairly effective, interested in finding concrete solutions rather than just expressing deep concerns. I have met with individual members of the committee. I plan to speak at its first meeting, and I am convinced that we will try, at least at the regional level, to reach a common conceptual vision of what a mechanism for the return of children will look like. Not a political one, but a legal one that will maximize the interests of the child and meet international standards.
International organizations also help return children abducted in the temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine. The Ukrainian Parliamentary Commissioner for Children's Rights, Dmytro Lubinets, will cooperate with Freedom House, one of the most authoritative international human rights organizations. The parties have already signed a memorandum for cooperation. The topic of returning little Ukrainians home remains one of the main issues in Ukraine's bilateral negotiations with its partners.
Canada remains our reliable partner that stands with Ukraine in the long run. I am grateful to Canada for its active efforts to help us return Ukrainian children stolen by Russia. We also value Canada's continued efforts to rally global support for President Zelensky's peace formula. Dmytro Kuleba, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, on the website of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine.
According to Ukrainian authorities, from the beginning of Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine, 19,546 children have been abducted from temporarily occupied territories. So far, 386 children have been successfully returned to Ukraine. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Danila Kobza, UATV News.